Hey guys, welcome back. So today's tutorial is going to be a how I highlight and contour my face using foundation. I'm just gonna use foundation. I'm not gonna use any contouring powders, nothing extra. I'm just gonna use foundation to highlight and contour my face, and this is what I did. So you're gonna see how I got this final look. To be exact, I used drugstore foundation today. Today I used the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. This one to highlight and this one to contour. As you can see, this is a little darker than this one is. I have bronze beige and desert beige right here. If you want to see how I did my face today, then you have to keep watching. Before we continue, make sure you are subscribed to my channel, follow my other social media, and watch my previous videos. All right, let's get started. I'm gonna start with moisturizing my lips as well as my face and priming it. On my lips, I'm using the Purely's Daily Lip Nourisher. I just like to use this before I start doing my makeup or throughout my makeup because I just don't like the way my lips feel with foundation on because sometimes it does get on your lips when you're blending. So I just do this. All right, so for moisturizer today, I'm using the Garnier Moisture Rescue. It's a refreshing gel cream. So that's what I'm gonna be using today. If it was daytime right now, I wanna say it's about 6:30-ish. But if it was morning, I would be using a moisturizer with an SPF in it. And by the way, my eyebrows are already done, just so you know. All right, so I'm gonna wait for this moisturizer to dry because it's a gel-based moisturizer, and I'll apply the primer. All right, so that's dry. I'm gonna move on to the LA Girl Pro Prep High Definition Smoothing Primer. And I'm just gonna apply this on my T-zone because that's the only area that I need primer on, or that at least that I feel that I need it. I don't need primer on my whole face. So I'm just gonna apply it right here, right next to the nose, on the nose, just a tiny little bit. I like to apply a little bit on the chin area and on the forehead. And I just push it in. So for this tutorial, I'm going to be using these two Wet n Wild foundation. These are the Photo Focus foundation. I have bronze beige and desert beige. These are the two I'm going to be using today. I'm going to use bronze beige in the center of my face for a highlight and desert beige on the outer perimeter of my face for the contouring. And let's begin. Oh, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal sponge today and to blend it out, as well as my fingers. So I'll place it with the little spatula, then I'm gonna rub it in with my fingers, and then I'm gonna blend it out with the sponge. So like I said, I'm gonna place desert beige in the center of my face as my highlight. So I want my highlight on around my T-zone area, because that's the best way I can describe it. But I also want it like right here in the center of where my contour is gonna be, and my jawline. So just a little bit there as well. And now I like to blend everything out with my finger because I don't know, I just like to I like to use my fingers. And I swear that if I use my fingers before I go right in with any sponge, then I'll have more product left on my face versus the sponge absorbing most of the product. So I don't know how, true that is, but that's just the way I feel. So this is why I do this way. So just blend it out. I'm gonna put it everywhere I want this foundation, the desert beige. I'm sorry, not the desert beige, the bronze beige to be. And now I'm gonna blend it out. And I'm gonna go ahead and blend it out because this foundation, I feel like it dries pretty quick. And I don't want it to dry on me before I apply the other foundation. I just like to pounce the sponge onto my face and I pounce and just like kind of go into a circular motion and bring it out just to make sure everything is blended. This is what it looks like when I'm doing it slowly, but I do it fast. And as you can see, this foundation is a lot lighter than my skin tone right now, but like I said, I'm highlighting and contouring, so this works out just fine. All right, now I'm gonna take Desert Beige and I'm going to start contouring. So I'm gonna put it on right under my cheekbone area, and I'm going to just draw the line right there. I'm gonna put it on my forehead, on my temples, and on my jawline, and under my chin. You can also grab a little bit and do the nose contour if you want to. I normally just use whatever is left on my finger when I start blending the face, but for the video I showed you, just a little bit on the nose. And I'm gonna start blending that. So I just press it into my skin like this with the finger, and I do that all around. For the cheekbone area, I like to go up as if I had the powder contour. So I do the same thing. Here I keep it to the edges, the top of the forehead. My forehead is not big and it's not small either, so I just, just make sure I keep this whole center white. And for the jawline, I just go down. So now with the sponge with the same side, I'm going to start blending the cheekbone area. And I do the same thing. I bounce it and I curl it or turn it, whatever you want to call it. And I keep it upwards. I hope I'm making sense. If my words aren't making sense, I hope my actions are. Oh my God. Typical me. Anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna start blending the forehead now. Same thing, circular motion, and I go upward into the hairline. And the jawline, the same thing, circular motions, and I go down into the neck. So everything that I did with my finger, I'm pretty much repeating with the sponge. So that's it for the highlight and contour with the foundation. Now I go in and I apply some concealer. Right now I'm just gonna use the Tarte Shape Tape just a little bit. This one is in medium. I think I need the light medium, but I couldn't find it, so I only was able to grab the medium for now. It works, I guess. I do lighten it up with the Sephora Bright Future, and this one is in Custard, which is super light, so it lightens it up a little bit. I like to blend it out with my fingers, as you've seen in the past, before I apply this one, and I just do a few little dots here and there. I don't go heavy with concealer. I don't go heavy with any of it, because when I do, I feel like all my fine lines just look really bad, and even my pores. So I try not to be heavy-handed with any of my makeup, whether it's the foundation or the concealer. And I'm saying all this and I look like I have like 50 pounds of concealer, but you saw how little I applied. As I'm blending it out with my finger, it just appeared to be more than what it really is. So I'm using the same sponge to blend this out. And then I'm gonna set it. And you can use whatever setting powder or translucent powder you want. Oops. Today I'm gonna use the RCMA translucent powder to set my under eye area. And if you want to bake, you can. I don't like to bake because, like I said, when I do when I do or I've tried, I just don't like the way it looks, so I prefer not to bake. I just set it right away and blend it out completely. Now to set the rest of my face, I'm using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Press Powder. This one is in neutral beige. And I'm just gonna use a flat kabuki brush. This one specific is from RC Cosmetics. And I'm just gonna pound it in here, pounce it, take off any extra. And now I'm just gonna dab my whole face with it. With the exception of what I just set under eye, my under eyes. So I'm gonna set everything else. And I'm just pouncing this. But as you can see, you can still see the contour I did with the foundation and up here. So this powder does not disturb any of the work that I just did. And then that's another reason why I don't feel like I have to go in and contour all over again. What I do is I bronze. So after all this, I do bronze my face a little bit more. So let's see, for bronzer, I'm gonna use the NYC bronzer in Sunny, and I just have a big fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna bronze a little bit and just dab all over the spots that I contoured. Just a little bit on the cheeks. And I like to dab just not to disturb the foundation. Sometimes I forget and I start, you know, doing all these circular motions on my cheeks. And I'm like, oh, why did I just do that? Because it does kind of disturb the foundation. Because the setting powder does, the pressed powder does set the foundation, but still if you're going in with a brush and now you're doing all these circular motions on top of it, you do end up moving the foundation and the contour that you did with the foundation. So I just like to dab it. And that's pretty much it, you guys. This is all I do on these easy highlight and contour using drugstore products. With the exception, obviously, of my under eye area. Those were not drugstore products. I do go in with blush and a highlight, and obviously I finish my face, but this video is just to show you how I highlight and contour using foundations. And this one specific, we're using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundations. One of the other reasons why I have 4 shades, because I also have, I'll show you, I have golden beige and buff bisque, as well as the 2 that I use, bronze beige and desert beige. I have 4 because my skin tone is a neutral. I have a neutral tone to my face, to my body, period. So finding foundations that match my skin tone is the hardest thing ever. I know a lot of people have the same issue I do. My sister has the same issue. My mother has the same issue. But my mother does have more an olive undertone. I don't. Mine is pink and it's a lot yellow as well. So I don't know. It just pulls a lot of yellow and it pulls a lot of pink. I say it's however it feels, whatever specific day, that's what I have to work with. So today maybe I feel like a lot of yellow is being pulled out of my skin, and then tomorrow I have a lot of pink. So one foundation just doesn't work for me. I have such a hard time, and if I look back through my videos, I can see the foundations and I'm like, oh my god, everybody must think that I don't know how to match foundation to myself. But it's not that. It's very hard for me to find a foundation. So if you're like me, Give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below. I don't know, and if you are, let me know what it is that you do to try and find your foundations. Me, I have these 4 foundations because they're super cheap. They're super affordable. I don't want to say cheap. Cheap is the ugly word for me. So we'll say affordable foundations because they are very affordable. They're so good. They work so well on my skin. And I do have an oily T-zone and the rest of my face is normal. But anyway, all these foundations have, one of them has more pink, the other one has more yellow. Like this one has more yellow than Buff Bisque does. Buff Bisque has a little bit more pink in it. The Desert Beige has like a pinky undertone. No, yellow undertone. And the Bronze Beige has a little bit of a pinky undertone. So yeah, I just play with all these foundations and then I create my own. That's what I have to do. It's easy when the foundations are affordable. It's not that easy when you're spending, you know, $45, $50 or plus for a foundation, because who wants to spend double on foundations just to get your right color, right? But anyway, this is easy for me because it's affordable. So thank you so much for watching, because I've been blabbing on all this time. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Follow my other social media and watch my previous videos. I hope you enjoyed this one. Until next time, my loves. Mwah. Hugs and kisses. Bye.